They say miracles are rare, but for some people, life doesn't offer even a single chance. Arman was one of them. Poor, broken, and more alone than anyone should ever be. And on the night he decided to end his story, life wrote a new one for him. Arman had grown used to waking up hungry. Hunger wasn't new. It had lived with him since childhood. His father had died when he was 12, and his mother, too fragile to carry the weight of the world, followed just 2 years later. He was left with nothing but an old backpack and a world that didn't care if he lived or disappeared. He slept in an abandoned room above a mechanic shop. The ceiling leaked. The winter wind stabbed through cracks in the walls, but it was still better than the street. He worked wherever someone needed a pair of hands. Construction sites, tea stalls, loading trucks, anything where he could earn enough to buy one meal a day. But life had a way of taking more than it gave. One evening, the man who owned the mechanic shop threw him out. "You're not useful anymore. Go find somewhere else to sleep." Arman walked into the cold, carrying only his backpack and his silence. No one asked where he was going. No one cared. He reached the bridge he used to cross every day for work. Tonight, it looked different. Quiet, empty, almost inviting. The river below was black, moving like a giant shadow. He stood on the edge, breathing slowly, letting the cold wind numb him. He wasn't scared of death. He was tired of life. Suddenly, a voice cut through the air. "Hey, get down from there." Arman turned. A man, maybe in his 40s, wearing a long coat, rushed toward him. "What do you think you're doing?" the man shouted. Arman looked at him with empty eyes. "Nothing left," he whispered. "No home, no family, no future." The man walked closer emotionally, not angrily. "What's your name?" "Arman." "My name is Rahim," the man said. "Come with me, just tonight. Don't decide the end of your life on the coldest night of the year." Arman hesitated. Why should he trust a stranger? But he stepped down. Maybe because the world had never offered him even a small kindness, and this was the first one in years. Rahim placed a hand on his shoulder. "Good. Sometimes one step away from the edge is the step that changes everything." Arman followed him into the night, unaware that this stranger was the beginning of a miracle he never knew he deserved. Rahim took Arman to a small, warm house at the end of a quiet street. It wasn't fancy, paint peeling, old furniture, but compared to the cold bridge, it felt like another world. Rahim's wife, Nadia, looked surprised when they entered. "Who is this boy?" "Someone who needs help," Rahim answered, gently. Nadia, without asking another question, brought a bowl of hot soup. Arman stared at it as if it were gold. He had forgotten what warm food tasted like. That night, he slept on a blanket near the heater. He could feel warmth on his face and chest, something he hadn't felt in years. In the morning, Rahim gave him a choice. "You can stay here for a week. Rest, eat, and after that, if you want, I have some work for you." Arman nodded, unable to speak. For the next 7 days, he helped around the house, cleaning, fixing things, carrying groceries. Every day he expected Rahim to say, "Your time is up," but Rahim never did. Instead, on the 8th day, he said, "Come with me. I'll show you something." They walked to a small workshop. Inside, dozens of wooden toys were stacked. Handmade, beautiful, carved with care. "This is my shop," Rahim said. "But I'm old now. My hands are not like before. I need someone to help me, someone honest." Arman looked confused. "But I don't know anything." Rahim smiled. "I didn't know anything either when I started. Life teaches those who are willing to learn." And so began Arman's new life. Rahim taught him how to cut wood, sand it, carve shapes, and paint toys with patient hands. Arman had never been taught anything in his life. No mentor, no teacher, no guide. This was the first time someone believed he could be more than a burden. Months passed. Arman's hands grew skilled. His confidence returned. He smiled more. He slept better. He felt human again. One evening, Rahim said something that shook him deeply. "Arman, this shop will be yours someday. I can see greatness in you." Arman blinked, unable to breathe. Greatness in him? No one had ever said those words to him. But before the joy could settle, life tested him again, harder than ever. Everything changed the night Rahim collapsed in the workshop. Arman rushed forward, catching him before he fell. Rahim's breathing was weak, his pulse fading. "Call Nadia," Rahim whispered. Arman carried him to the house, shouting for help. An ambulance came, sirens screaming into the night. Arman sat in the hospital waiting area, hands shaking, heart racing. The doctor came out after hours. "He has a weak heart. He needs expensive treatment. Without it, he may not survive." Nadia burst into tears. Arman felt his world collapsing. He looked at the shop, the only place that ever gave him meaning, purpose, family. He looked at Rahim, the only person who ever saved him. He had nothing, no money, no family, but he had one thing, a promise. He whispered, "I won't let you die, Rahim, not after you saved my life." Arman worked day and night. He sold toys at the market. He repaired furniture. He worked on construction sites in the morning and carved wood at night. He slept 3 hours a day. He ate once a day. He pushed his body until it screamed. Weeks passed, but the money was still not enough. One night, exhausted and hopeless, Arman sat alone in the dark workshop. He looked at the wooden toys. His tears fell on them. "God, please, help me save him. I have nothing but these hands, but I'll give everything I have." And then the miracle arrived. A man entered the shop the next morning. He was a businessman, neatly dressed, confident. "Who made these toys?" he asked. "I did," Arman whispered. The man picked them up, turning them in the light. "These are incredible, pure craftsmanship. I run a brand that sells handmade toys internationally. I want to buy everything you have here. And I want to sign a contract with you." Arman felt the world spin. "How much will you pay?" he asked. The man smiled. "A life-changing amount." For the first time in years, Arman felt hope break through the darkness like sunlight. The payment arrived within hours, more money than Arman had ever seen in his life. He rushed to the hospital, heart pounding. "Doctor, please start Rahim's treatment. I'll pay everything." The doctor looked shocked. "Are you sure? It's expensive." "Yes," Arman said. "He saved my life. Now I'll save his." The surgery began. Hours crawled by. Every minute felt like a lifetime. Arman paced the halls, praying, begging, hoping. Finally, the doctor came out. He smiled. The surgery was successful. He will live. Arman collapsed to his knees, tears pouring from his eyes. He had saved the man who saved him. Weeks later, Rahim returned home, weak but alive. When he learned what Arman had done, he wept like a child. "You were my miracle, Arman," Rahim said. "No," Arman whispered, holding his hand. "You were mine." Months passed. The business deal grew. Arman opened a new workshop. He hired workers, young boys who were poor, broken, and alone, just like he once was. He gave them food. He gave them jobs. He gave them purpose. One evening, standing outside his new workshop, Arman whispered, "I was on the edge once, ready to end everything. But one stranger changed my life. Now I will be that stranger for others." Children laughed inside, painting toys. Workers smiled, carving wood. Rahim sat near the window, watching proudly. Arman realized something powerful. A miracle is not magic. A miracle is a person who decides to care. And he vowed no one who walked into his life would ever feel alone again.